one is better?
What's up, YouTube? This is Luke with Wilson Auto Detailing, and the subject of today's video is Purple Power versus Meguiar's Super Degreaser. But before that, if you're new to my Wilson Auto Detailing YouTube channel, then first of all, welcome, and second of all, consider subscribing because I come out with videos just like this every 2 to 3 days regarding all kinds of things in the detail world, whether it be products to use, tools to use, strategies to implement, communication skills, business skills, and all sorts of stuff in order to help the professional detailers and the do-it-yourselfers. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Before we get in to the face-off of Super Degreaser versus Purple Power, I want to give as much information as possible because the more you know, the better you can do and the better results you're going to yield, whether you're a professional detailer or a do-it-yourselfer. So allow me to give just a little bit of information regarding degreasers in general so that we can better understand these degreasers exactly. So most degreasers are alkaline based. Pretty much that just means that they're basic on the rating of the pH scale. Most degreasers and really cleaners, household cleaners a lot of times in general, will be basic or alkaline, meaning that they are above 7 and 14 or below on the pH scale. Alkaline cleaners or basic cleaners are great for breaking down fats, which is why they break down grease so well. They break down fats, greases, oils, pretty much anything, anything like protein based. Basic cleaners are gonna break those things down very well. Degreasers also contain something called dispersing agents, which means that they pretty much separate particles and stop them from clumping up or lumping together, which makes sense because that's obviously gonna aid in the cleaning process. Now let's go ahead and get into Purple Power versus Super Degreaser. Both of these degreasers are essential for me as a detailer. I would never use one to replace the other because there's not one that's technically better than the other. It really just depends on the situation you're in that's going to tell you which one you need to use. They're both really great for different situations. So let's get into Purple Power. Now I'm actually on location at a customer's house right now detailing a BMW 5 Series, just sedan size car, really awesome car. Number one thing to note, Purple Power is truly an industrial strength degreaser, and if it sits on paint long enough, it will corrode metals after a certain point. I looked it up, I did a lot of research before this video because I want to give you guys the best information possible, and the exact pH scale rating of Purple Power is actually 12.98, so pretty much 13. It falls at a 13 on the pH scale, which pretty much means it's very, very basic. One thing I've noticed about Purple Power is relative to Super Degreaser, it's a little unpredictable, and I just mean that there are some stories and testimonies about Purple Power doing some negative things to certain areas, and it's just, again, it's an industrial strength product, so it's a little unpredictable. I don't trust Purple Power with my full heart with every situation. Another thing, Purple Power doesn't quite foam up very much when compared to Super Degreaser. It's not quite as foamy or sudsy. Purple Power is water soluble, which just means you can it'll dissolve in water, so it's not a solvent-based it's not a solvent-based degreaser. It is it's an aqueous degreaser, so you can dilute it with water. Technically, Purple Power is not supposed to be used for any sort of painted surface or glass. It has way more applications than just automotive applications. It is also biodegradable, so for all y'all natural or nature or health conscious people out there, as far as the earth goes, it's biodegradable. It's not gonna harm anything. It doesn't really have any sort of scent. It's very, very, very cheap, okay? Very cheap and very accessible. This gallon is $4.98, and you can buy this pretty much at any Walmart, so it's very accessible and very cheap. Now, let's get into the Meguiar Super Degreaser. Meguiar's Super Degreaser leaves a, quote, herb fragrance behind. It just kind of smells like a garage, to be honest, but it does leave a clean scent behind, I guess, in my opinion, and I really like that about it. It's non-caustic, so it's not gonna hurt your skin. It's not gonna hurt any part of your body if it touches it. It's not gonna melt anything or anything like that, so it's non-caustic, and it also will not leave a white residue behind like a lot of degreasers will. It's not really for paint technically, but diluting it enough, you can certainly use it on the paint for certain applications in the detailing world. It's a little bit more expensive. It's about $25 for a gallon versus about $5 for a gallon, so Super Degreaser is definitely more expensive. This is a dedicated automotive degreaser, so it's very reliable, it's a workhorse, it's very trustworthy. I never wonder about the results I'm gonna get with this product. I'm never like concerned about the dangerousness of this product. I always know what I'm gonna get. It's always gonna work great. It's always a workhorse. It's kind of like Old Faithful. It also suds up really nicely, so it gives you like that cleaning, soapy kind of breaking down the grease feel because it suds up really nicely, foams up really nicely, and really does a great job at breaking down dirt, especially in carpets. The only thing about this versus the Purple Power is because the Purple Power is an industrial strength degreaser, in my world and in my opinion, it tends to break dirt and grime down better on tires because that kind of dirt and grime is so heavily built up and caked on there that the industrial strength Purple Power really seems to do a great job at that. And the Super Degreaser, I have a little bit more trouble cleaning tires with this. We are going to clean all of these tires with Purple Power and with Super Degreaser, but here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna use 2 bottles of full strength Purple Power and full strength Meguiar Super Degreaser, and then I'm gonna have 2 other bottles of diluted Purple Power and diluted Meguiar's Super Degreaser, both diluted 5 parts water, 1 part degreaser. So I'm gonna use the full strength on these tires, and I'm gonna use the 5-to-1 dilution of both degreasers on the other 2 tires, and I'm only going to go around each tire. I'm gonna scrub each one time, hose it off, and wipe it up and dry it, and then we're gonna look at the results. So here is the tire that was degreased with the Meguiar's Super Degreaser diluted 5-to-1, and you can definitely see that there still is a brown grunge that is on the sidewall. Here's the tire that was degreased with the Purple Power diluted 5-to-1, the same ratio, and again there still is a brown film of that road grime that is surrounding the sidewall. So both of these degreasers that were diluted did not take off the grunge perfectly. Now this tire was degreased with the full strength Purple Power, and you can obviously see that in one go around it actually took off every bit of grime from that tire, and all you're left with is a clean, deep black tire. And finally, this was the tire that was degreased with the Meguiar's Super Degreaser full strength, and it's a little difficult to tell because the tire in this picture is still wet, but yes, it did a great job, but when it dried there still was a light film of that brown grunge that did not get taken off. So ultimately the Purple Power definitely degreased the tire best as far as this comparison goes, and again that is the full strength Purple Power on the tire. So guys, I wanted to conclude this video with a quick summary of the pros and cons of Super Degreaser and of Purple Power. So, huge pro of Super Degreaser is that it is so versatile and it can be used for so many different things, it's ridiculous. Also, Super Degreaser is my Old Faithful. I always trust it. I always know what kind of results I'm gonna get. I'm never worried about using it in the wrong way or is it gonna react the wrong way. I always know exactly what I'm gonna get with Super Degreaser. I so trust Super Degreaser. And not to mention, it's got a very clean smell and it suds very nicely. And those 2 things are great, at least in my detailing world, because suds show its cleaning power, shows me that it's breaking down the grease and grime, and the good clean smell left behind is great for my customers, and I love that. Now, pros for Purple Power. Cheap, okay? It's readily accessible at any Walmart or O'Reilly or AutoZone, and it is extremely cheap. It's so cheap, less than $5 a gallon. Not to mention, It is so effective for heavy buildup and heavy dirt like on tires or engines. It's so effective at breaking down even the dirt that has been stuck on and caked on for like decades and decades. And it is dilutable and versatile. Now let's address a couple cons. Super Degreaser cons. It is more expensive than Purple Power. I put not readily available, not because it's not easy to get, but Purple Power is just easier to get. And so you can't buy Super Degreaser in stores unless you've got a specific detailing outlet or store in your area. Most of the time you're probably gonna have to get this online, so it's not quite as liquid or quite as readily available. Super Degreaser is not the degreaser I reach for when I'm dealing with extreme dirt. Now, Purple Power cons. Well, number one, I don't always trust Purple Power. Not because it's not trustworthy, but I hear testimonies and I hear stories of people using Purple Power and it almost damaging things. And now there has to be common sense with that. Yes, it's a stronger degreaser. It's more industrial strength. So obviously there's a chance it's gonna, hurt some things, and that's just the way it is. So you gotta use common sense when you're using this product. But I put that in the con section because I always trust Super Degreaser. I'm not always quite as trustworthy with Purple Power. Purple Power. Really, I would never ever use it on paint. With Super Degreaser, I don't use it on paint always, but sometimes I'll really dilute it really heavily and I'll use it in certain applications on paint. I just don't trust Purple Power on paint or on kind of metals and things like that. It's a little unstable to me, and I would never put it on my car's paint or clear coat. And I think that's kind of a con, that's a drawback of this product. When compared to Super Degreaser, Purple Power really has no suds and no scent. But guys, all in all, they're both incredible products. They're both products that I use in my detailing world. And once again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I would never use one to replace the other because they both have their place, they both have their purpose, and they both have things that they're better at and that they're a little bit worse at. And so I like to have both of them for different applications. Now guys, if this video helped you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And guys, if you have any questions or concerns or anything whatsoever regarding detailing, make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below and hook up with other detailers because everybody's got some awesome advice, especially in the comment section. Detailers are constantly giving advice, tips, and tricks. And some of the best advice and video ideas come from you guys, the Wilson Auto Detailing community and viewers. So make sure you guys leave me a comment if you'd like me to make a video about something specific. And of course, if this is your first time on my Wilson Auto Detailing channel, make sure that you hit the subscribe button because I come out with videos just like this every 2 days regarding tips and tricks in the detailing world, not only about products to use and tools to use, but also strategies to implement, communication skills, business skills, and so much more for not only the professional detailers, but also for the do-it-yourselfers who just want to maintain a clean car. And guys, for those of you who are already subscribed, I would love to have a question and answer bit in some of my videos. So if you guys have any questions or any topics you'd like to discuss in some of these videos, make sure to leave me a comment below and we can start having a question answer bit in these videos. Not only just about detailing, but maybe even how my business got started, how I wanted to start getting a detailing business, what all the steps were, and things like that. So any questions, hook them up in the comments section below and I'll be sure to bring that in the question answer bit. You can follow me on social media at facebook.com/Wilson Auto Detailing or on Instagram. My Instagram name is wilson.auto.detailing. So make sure you hook up with me on social media and give my Facebook page a like. Guys, once again, if you're not subscribed, hit the little red subscribe button in the corner right here. And from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, I will catch you guys next time.